Hello guys, today in this video we are going to talk about the poem To His Coy Mistress composed by Andrew Marvell. Guys, first of all, introduction to the poet. Son of a schoolmaster, Marvell was born in 1621. He was tutor to the daughter of Lord Fairfax. He also worked as Latin secretary to John Milton. His association with Milton gave him importance. After Restoration, Milton was protected by some powerful friends, and Andrew Marvell was one of them. Marvell was a Puritan and an admirer of Oliver Cromwell. Marvell had a genuine love for nature. He was a lover of gardens. In the history of the feeling for nature, Marvell's place is considerably great. His well-known poem, The Garden, foreshadows Keats by its sensuousness and Wordsworth by its optimistic and meditative mood. His political career, his satires and controversies he indulged in are forgotten now in two facts: his friendship with Milton and some intensely felt yet fanciful poems. Guys, Andrew Marvell was one of the most prominent writer among metaphysicals. So, guys, now introduction to the poem. To His Coy Mistress is a love poem. It is a metaphysical poem. The poet has consideration for both type of love, physical love and divine love. The poem is full of argument. The poet places arguments, and through these arguments he comes to a conclusion. The thought of the poem is developed in three stages. In the beginning of the poet tells his coy mistress what he would do if he had enough time. Then he thinks about the stern reality of the speed of time. Then he concludes that lovers must make use of their present time as much as possible, for they will soon find that youth and vitality have vanished. Now, guys, summary of the poem. In this poem, the lover argues out the case of instant gratification of love and lust. He asks her to shake off her shyness and enjoy the moments of youth love. The poem has three well marked stages. The lover takes up a supposition of unreality for the sake of the apparently shy beloved. The supposition is conditional. What might they do if they had enough time and space? They would sit as far away as the Gangas and the Humbers. He would love her 10 years before the flood, and she might refuse till the conversation of the Jews. He would take periods of time ranging from 100 years to an age at least to praise each part of the body of the beloved. The lover rejects the supposition. He comes face to face with the horrifying reality of the human situation. Time moves like an inevitable monster to devour everything. The beauty, the virginity, and the vanity of the beloved, and the love and lust of the lover. This inspires him to be more flushed. In the third section of the poem, he resolves that because of the gravity of the human situation, they must love now when they have the vitality to enjoy love and sex in life. That is the only way to conquer the impersonal force of time in the context of human life. This poem is a classic example of ratiocination in metaphysical poetry. Marvel effects clarity of expression and comprehension by ratiocinating the idea of the poem. The poem proves that the metaphysical poets achieved clarity instead of lapsing into obscurity. The idea of the poem is apparently the plea of a lover to her beloved to shake off her warranted shyness and to presently enjoy the moments of youthful love. But this plea comes in the context of the human predicament. Man is bound by time and space. He is the he is to take the best out of life within these limits. In the poem, time is the hostile force, but the lover and the beloved conquer it. Now, guys, full explanation of this poem. So, let us start now from line number 1 to 10. Had we but world enough and time, this coyness lady was no crime. We would sit down and think which way to walk and pass our long loved day. Thou by the Indian Ganga's side shouldst rubies find. I by the tide of Humber would complain. I would love you 10 years before the flood, and you should, if you please, refuse till the conversion of the Jews. Guys, in this line, the poet tells his beloved that she should give up her shyness and utilize the limited time they have in making love. If he had enough time and space, her shyness would not be considered a crime in love making. In that case, he too would follow a fantastic plan of love making. He would allow her to explore the river Ganga to find rubies. He himself would sit on the bank of the river Humber. He would start loving her before the deluge. She might respond to her love before the day of judgment. His love for her will continuously grow to a vast size like that of an empire. Guys, now line number 11 to 20. My vegetable love should grow vaster than empires and more slow. 100 years should go to praise thine eyes and one thy forehead gaze. 200 to adore each breast, but 30,000 to the rest. Guys, in this line, the poet would praise her beauty for several ages. He would have followed all the ceremonies in her admiration. He would take at least a century in praising her eyes, 200 years in praising her breast, and 30,000 in the admiration of each part of her body. In the last age, he would pass all years in admiring her heart. A beautiful lady like his beloved deserved this much of time. Her beauty must be described in detail. The poet needed such a long period because he would adore her beauty in his own way. The poet is building up his basic argument that there is very little time for making love if that time is not used immediately, they would die without enjoying real love. Guys, now line number 21 to 32. But 30,000 to the rest, an age at least to every part, and the last age should show your heart. For lady, you deserve this state, nor would I love it lover rate, but I at my back I always hear time's winged chariot hurrying near, and yonder all before us lie deserts of vast eternity. Thy beauty shall no more be found, nor in thy marble vault shall sound my echoing song. Then worms shall try that long preserved virginity, and your quaint honor turn to dust, and into ashes all my lust. The grave's a fine and private place, but none, I think, do there embrace. Guys, in this line, the poet says that then thinking of the time's winged chariot hurrying near, and finally reaching a conclusion that the lover and the beloved use their vitality to enjoy the present moment of passion. In these lines, the lover tries to convince his beloved about the expediency of present love. The lover comes face to face with the horrifying reality of the human situation. Time moves like an inevitable monster to devour everything, the beauty, the virginity, and the vanity of the beloved, and the love and lust of the lover. The lover says that time moves very fast. Very soon, youth and beauty fade. Then there is only vast deserts of eternity. The beauty and virginity will decay, and her owner will go to dust. After her death, his song will not be heard, as she will be in her marble grave. Death will turn his sexual urge to nothing. The lover mixes human horror of time and death with irony when he says that the grave is no place for embraces. Oh, love, even though it is a fine and secluded place, the lover's aim in drawing his horrid picture of the effect of time is to make the beloved understand that her beauty and love and all their desire or romantic love will end without fulfillment if they did not act now. Guys, in this stanza there is this intense realization of the horror of time. The poet combines the auditory and the visual effect to indicate the horror of time. And so for this poem a fine specimen of metaphysical poem. So guys, now line number 33 to 46. 33 to 46. Now therefore, while the youthful hue sits on thy skin like morning dew, and while thy willing soul transpires at every pore with instant fires, now let us support us while we may, and now like amorous birds of prey, rather at once our time devour than languish in his slow chapped power. Let us roll all our strength and all our sweetness up into one ball and tear out pleasures with rough strife through the iron gates of life. Thus, though we cannot make our sun stand still, yet we will make him run. Guys, the lover says that they should not allow time to devour them. They should prey upon the monster of time before it crushes them with its slowly moving jaws. The poet says that they should play the game of love like vigorous sportsmen and thereby to find physical, emotional, and intellectual and psychological satisfaction in life. Space and time behind them, but they must override them with a determined effort in order to secure happiness. The lover is not talking of going beyond time and space. He knows that time is an irresistible force. They can win over time and space by doing their utmost within its limits. So the poem comes to a full circle. The enemy time is discovered, feared, and in the only way appropriate to the theme conquered. This is the only way in which will may conquer fate. So guys, the theme of the poem is not just a replica or a plea of carpe diem philosophy but to depiction of microsome against the microsomic background. So guys, this is a wonderful poem, wonderful metaphysical poem composed by Andrew Marvell. Here the poet has presented both the types of love, physical love and divine love. So you will enjoy this poem. Thank you.